Oh snap, we back again. Yo! What's up everybody? I'm back with another video, and oh my god, it's been a while. I was gonna do a part 2 to the Cobra Kai video, but
I don't really feel like it.
and yeah. But like, it's alright, because we're gonna be talking about this show has to be one of the most goriest shows that you will ever see. This is the most realistic superhero show that you will ever see at the same time. Not only that, but this is also the most fetish show of blood that you will ever see. Because in literally every episode, there's somebody getting their ass kicked, or there's blood, or there's like blood like all over the place. And it's not even a joke. Like at all. But we're going to be getting into season 1 because why not? But anyways, let's get to the video, grab some snacks, and get prepared, because it's about to get crazy. So not even 5 minutes into the show, the White House is already getting blown up. Wonder who's blowing up the White House. Ew! What the fuck? What the fuck? What am I looking at? Looks like we got Thing 1, Thing 2, Mr. Clean, The Rock, Gumball on steroids, and Dr. Manhattan looking at over here. Now, supposedly they're supposed to be stealing something, and after 5 hours of doing so much destruction, the superheroes finally come in, and I want you to peep the team. We got Batman from Temu, Flash from eBay, Wonder Woman from Walmart, Green Bitch, Abraham Lincoln on crack, some alien dude, and a fish. A goddamn fish. And guess what he does? He shoots water. Oh my god! That definitely helps out. This team is trash. The superheroes are trash. The costume designs are trash.
And I mean this from the bottom of my heart. Y'all are trash.
But throughout the whole entire time, they're basically evacuating people from the area. Everybody's doing their own thing, saving everybody. But when it came to Batman, I can't lie, he a real one. He had this lady, like, right beside him. They were trapped underneath the tank. And nigga knew that if, like, he didn't find a way, then they would have both died. So he takes his grapple gun, gave it to her, so it zipped her all the way to the pole. And he knew, this nigga knew he was gonna die. And as the tank was slowly crushing him, boom, it stopped. And who was there to pick it up? Oh my god, it's Canadian Superman with the mustache! Nigga was oral farming so bad, and to make it even, like, better for him, like, a whole entire building was collapsing right behind him, and Temu Batman throws grenades right behind him, and it explodes, and this nigga's just sitting there, smiling, and like, oh my god! Oh my god! Nigga oral farming like crazy!
Get off that nigga dick, bro. What is you doing?
But while that was all happening, we cut back to Abraham Lincoln and him saving, like, these army people. And the way Abraham Lincoln helps the people, he tosses the army dudes up in the sky. Like, motherfucker, you know they can't fly, right? But while he starts doing that, he starts fighting Gumball on steroids. And then he looks back up in the sky. And then he finally comes to his senses and starts flying up to the sky to save all the army dudes. But while he does that, he's like, grab my hand, to the last remaining dude in the air. Right as he starts to catch him, boom, he's saved by Canadian Superman with the mustache. But as he's saved, Abraham Lincoln flies back down with like a mug look. Nigga, you can't be getting mad. You left them people up in the air for like 20 hours, and then you come to your senses to save all of them. You can't be getting mad over that. After the whole entire fight, we cut to Mark.
Mom, what? I'll be out in a minute.
Mark Grayson.
I don't have a minute.
Mom!
My bathroom's out of soap. Get over yourself. I used to change your diapers, kid.
Now listen here. Mark is not your average American.
You guys are fucking
I can see the future.
No. You see, he is a Viltrumite, like his father. And his father is Canadian Superman with a mustache, also known as Omni-Man. He's about to get to his 18th birthday, and supposedly he was supposed to get his powers like very, very young. Now, Mark literally struggles with that like all his life. He always wants to be like a superhero like his dad, blah, 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 blah. But afterwards, he starts to head to school. Nigga steps outside his house. He thinks he's about to get his main character moment, and he jumps and then falls back down. Then we cut to him like getting stuff out of his locker, and right behind him is his best friend William.
I believe the Guardians of the Globe let them get that close to killing the president.
Now William,
You're such an omni-maniac.
he's gay. That's all you need to know. But basically afterwards, we get your stereotypical jock in the high school trying to impress one like the cool girls. She was not having none of that shit at all. And then he like starts to put his hands on her, and then Mark finally steps in. Hey, get your hands off the nice lady and come pick on somebody your own size. Who the fuck you think you is? But well, you see, this is what happened next. Yeah, I can't even lie. Mark might just be your average American after that L. But afterwards, after Mark getting embarrassed and losing 10,000 aura, nigga's at his job and he is like taking out the trash. And what do you know? As he's taking out the trash, boom! One of the trash bags go all the way up in the sky. And Mark comes to the realization that he finally got his powers. He goes home, tells his parents. His dad finds out, gives him a mug look, talks to him about his superpowers, and then talks about how he's going to train him. And when he meant train him, he meant beat the shit out of him. Nigga was sitting there whining on the floor. I felt bad for him. I can't even lie. That shit had to hurt. Nigga got punched right in the chest. But after that, next day comes along and we see what looks like a man that looks like bricks of cocaine supposedly stealing something. And what do you know? Mark comes in with a shitty ass costume. I can't lie, I couldn't do better. That looks like a better costume than what I would probably make. But Mark proceeds to get his ass kicked for a little bit. But then Mark like gets pushed back to the wall and he has this anime moment. And nigga proceeds to beat the shit out of him all the way into the city street. But after he beats down cocaine monster, he looks up and sees his father.
Let's get out of here.
After he sees his father takes him to go get his own superhero costume. And my God, it's kind of mid. I can't lie. It's not fully amazing, but it's mid. But like, it's okay at the same time because like this is like basically his second starter costume. The next day comes along and Mark finds out that his dad was brutally beaten. So him and his mother goes to a top secret Navy Army facility base and they meet Cecil.
But we'll find out. And when we do, they're gonna look a hell of a lot worse than your dad right over there.
Now Cecil
Stedman, director of the GDA.
He's an arrogant asshole. That's all you got to know. After they meet Cecil and Mark finally sees his dad laying in the bed all bruised up, Cecil tells Mark's mom, Debbie, that there's a whole entire rampaging alien monstrosity going down in New York. And there's no other superhero team to go help out because apparently the Guardians are dead too. Isn't that weird? Oh my goodness. All the superheroes are dead and Canadian Superman with a mustache is all bruised up. I wonder if that's linked up in some type of way. But we come to the conclusion that Cecil needs Mark to go down to the city and stop what is 1 million aliens rampaging through the city with a big ass portal in the middle of the city. And to make things worse, they have this giant robot thing that shoots lasers, destroying things. Not only that, but like the second he goes right out into the battlefield, he's like, Invincible, coming through! Niggas already knocked back and hit with so much PTSD. He finds an old woman down on the ground. He's like, let me help you.
Oh shit! Oh my God!
His help did not help whatsoever. Right as this nigga is looking at the old woman, what looks like her half-dead body just laying down on the ground, he's about to get hit with so much negative aura until a big behind pink shield pops up deflects the laser, and goes right into another building, exploding it, which probably had 100 people in it, killing 100 people, just so y'all know that. But guess who shows up? It's the Teen Titans from the TikTok shop. No, literally, we got Cyborg, Raven, Starfire, and Beast Boy. What do you know? And you know what? I can't even lie, they were cooking for a sec. Until they weren't.
They're killing me faster than I can keep up.
We can't handle this.
They were literally 5 seconds away from dying until we find out that the aliens are like deforming, like their whole entire bodies are de-aging. And then they head out faster than me running out of the high school doors whenever it's spring break. Afterwards, the next day, he finds a girl who looks very alike to the girl he saw yesterday. And he finds out very quickly, because he's not slow, that that's actually her. And she finds out that he's actually invincible.
Oh, that was you.
So after their whole entire little lovey-lovey conversation thing, they go to the roof to talk about their superhero lives a little bit more. Now listen here. This right here is Eve.
I like you guys way better than Fight Force.
Oh, we're definitely better than Fight Force.
And she is fine shit. Fine shit. No, matter of fact, screw the shit part. She is fine. Fine.
Stop it. Get some help.
Yeah, Mark, I see you. I see where your eyes are headed to. He wants a piece of that cake. Like me. But basically, she has the power to warp reality or morph things into whatever she wants. She had her whole entire backstory, like a whole entire special episode that I will not be getting into. All you need to know is that is fine shit right there.
And Hulk.
Smash.
But anyways, we cut to Cecil and Cyborg, and they basically talk about how 300 and something people's lives were lost. I bet you one of the reasons why was because of Eve, that laser that went into the building. I'm calling it. But during that scene, they also find out that those aliens are called the Flaxons, and basically the reason why they left was because they de-aged. Like they're not used to our way of lifetime span on our planet. But after that, we cut to Cecil and his assistant at the same place where all the Guardians had died.
Wasn't hiding.
Hold the f*** up, is that the devil? With his Trigon, Kool-Aid Man, Red Ranger, Hellboy having ass.
Sir, who the Damien Darkblood, Demon Detective.
Seven superheroes murdered. Strongest man on the planet almost dead. No suspects, no leads.
How does he... I don't know. Demon magic or something. If you're asking if we need your help...
Wasn't asking.
What the f***? What the f***? What? Nigga, how the f*** move all the way over there?
Fine. Knock yourself out. Help us solve the case.
Oh shit, he's a detective. You know what? I can't f with detectives. I can't even lie. Sherlock Holmes having a nigga. Anyway, so we cut back to school and we see Mark, who was talking to the cool girl, and that cool girl name is Amber. Now Amber. Ew, what the nigga? I did not want to see all that ass. 10 cans of bounce that. Oh my god, it smells like shit all of a sudden. Oh my god, give me some air oh my god, where's the air freshener? Ugh. I do not want to see that again. Anyways, this is Amber. Now, Amber, my God, you will see later on why she pisses me off. All you need to know, as of right now, she is known as Miss Goody Two Shoes. But anyways, from where it looks like she tried to raise him up. Hey, I heard that you took some more hits from me. So what you doing later? Sorry, I can't talk right now. Gotta run. And where does Mark run off to? Right to Eve, and I can't blame him either. What's crazy is even Amber followed him. That's even more crazy. But anyways, Mark and Eve go flying through the city into like a whole entire top secret bridge base, which is also where Eve's team is. And that's when Mark meets the team. We got Duplicate Girl, Robot Man, and Rexplode. Now, Rex, I can't lie, I do fuck with him, and sometimes he does act like a bitch. But I still fuck with him, though.
Babe. Oh, hey.
Ooh. Damn. Yeah, Mark, you might, oh, damn.
It's the Iceman.
Moving on, the next day, the whole school is apparently talking about how they saw Eve and Mark walk out the schools together, so, ooh, damn, Mark, damn.
I gotta go.
Go? Go where? You know what? I don't care. It's probably somewhere you'll be alone forever.
Is Mark dating Eve Wilkins?
Bro, mind your own damn business. Anyways, after that, Mark and Eve go flying on top of a building where they meet Rexplode.
Where are you guys coming from?
We go to the same high school, Rex.
Oh, you do you?
Yeah, we do.
Must be nice. You know who never got to go to high school? Me.
Oh my god, who the hell cares?
Anyway, afterwards, a big, giant portal opens back up, and guess who it is? It's the goddamn aliens again. You would hope that they would actually do better this time with just a little bit more preparation, even though it was like one day.
Damn! 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 Damn it! What the fuck?
Go down! I said
Oh yeah! 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 Beat his ass! Whoop his ass! Beat his ass!
Invincible.
Eve. You okay?
Now that right there is what you call aura, plus 10,000 aura. Anyways, the aliens all try to leave again, but the TikTok shop Teen Titans did not let that slide. But they still got away. And what I call in my book is ass. But on the plus side, Canadian Superman is now out of the hospital, and he's back to train Mark. And when I mean train Mark, as y'all know, I mean beat his ass again.
You know, you have to be able to take a hit too.
In which Debbie came to stop, because Cecil's there. But Cecil's there because he tells Canadian Superman that there's like something flying towards Earth and he needs him to go up into space. Debbie obviously didn't allow that, so instead it was suggested that Mark goes up into space. He goes up into space and he sees what looks like a modified, buffer, ghosted gem, different color, taller size version of Plankton. Mark and modified Plankton start to fight it out until Mark starts to get beaten up a little bit and he calls a timeout. And surprisingly, modified Plankton understood and agreed, and they started talking for a bit. Modified Plankton tells Mark about who he is, why he's going to Earth, and he said that he is supposed to be reviewing Earth, but he's supposed to be really reviewing a different planet called Urath. Mark calls him a stupid bitch, and Modified Plankton was like, oh shit, yeah, you right. Oh shit, my fault, gang, yeah, you right. And then he flies off. After that was all over, Cecil went back to Mark's house and was talking to Canadian Superman with the mustache. He told him how he was asking him questions about if he knew anything about what happened. Canadian Superman with the mustache was getting mad about it, and that's when Cecil was like, man, I was just asking, man. But okay then. Then the next day, Mark was at school, and his bully that was bullying him went up to him and gave him Amber's phone number. Because apparently, from what it seems like, Amber had some very bad dirt on the bully, and she basically told him to give Mark her phone number, and if he did that, then she wouldn't release all the bad dirt on him. So in the end, Mark kinda got a happy ending. When I mean kinda, I mean not really. Because the same aliens who came in the first and the second time came back way stronger, and they started obliterating this city for the third time. Now, you think the Teen Titans from the TikTok shop would have learned their lesson and would have came back way more stronger, just like them, but no, they all were losing very badly, including Mark. Now, I can't even lie. I can't let this shit slide no more. Mark, I'm changing your name from Invincible to Invincabitch, because that's just sad how you've been getting bitched this whole entire time. This nigga is trash. But then, out of nowhere, Canadian Superman with a mustache came in, and he started taking out all of them. Then they tried to run again, but he didn't let that shit slide at all. That nigga went full force at the alien and pushed him right into the portal, and that's when the portal closed. And that's why Canadian Superman with a mustache is my GOAT.
Whoa. Omni-Man's your dad?
Mark goes home, he tells his mom what happened, and she's like, oh, okay. It's like a daily thing. She already knows that Canadian Superman with the mustache is going to come back eventually. But then we cut to a scene where Canadian Superman with the mustache is on the planet, or like in the realm, with like all the aliens. And what happens next is crazy. This nigga took out a whole civilization of aliens. And he came up saying,
Earth isn't yours to conquer.
hey guys, future me here. So, everything that you've been hearing was footage from like 3 weeks ago. And I can't lie, this video is taking forever to edit. The app keeps on crashing, the video keeps on buffering, and the video is already like 20 something minutes long. And basically the original idea was talk about the first 4 episodes and then talk about the last 4 episodes in another video. But I can't lie, this shit has been taking me so long to edit. So basically what I'm going to do now is I'm going to hurry up, I'm going to speed through the next 2 episodes. And I can't lie, nothing much really has been happening. It's really a bunch of nonsense, but that's really what the show is. But basically, Canadian Superman finally shows back up. The Guardians of the Globe have a funeral. The devil shows up and asks Canadian Superman with the mustache if he knows anything about what happened to the Guardians of the the Guardians of the Globe's death. He says no, and he tells him to piss off with his talky-looking ass. Afterwards, we cut back to Eve showing up at the Teen Titans from TikTok Shop's hideout, and she walks in, seeing Rex with Duplicate Girl in the shower, which obviously pissed her off. And then Duplicate Girl tells her how Rex said that Eve is dating Mark, so it's okay. And then that pissed her off even more. Then later that day, Rex gets his ass beat by a little girl who looks like the Hulk. And after that, we get a little scene with Mark and Amber hanging out at his house for a little bit. But that's shortly lived because Cecil tells Mark that he needs him to go to Mount Rushmore and stop this 4'3", bald head, egghead, Dr. Robotnik looking ass, Hugo Strange looking ass, got no life looking ass, belongs in a retirement center looking ass, smells like he ain't washed in 12 years looking ass dude. Right when Mark shows up, he meets up with Eve, and that's when they start saving like this family that's about to fall into like a whole entire lava pit or whatever. Then afterwards, Mark takes out the egghead scientist and then heads back home. He heads home, gets inside the house, and then there's a little weird scene. I can't even lie. I was like, what the hell is this scene?
Mark, have you even seen my fat cheeks? My ass is so colossal that I have to be careful when I stand up. My cheeks might cause an earthquake from smacking together at supersonic speeds. Mark, look at it. Look at my thick cheeks. Look at my buns, Mark.
After that, he gets back into his room, he sees Amber, and she's obviously mad because she's been sitting there for like 30 minutes. And then it turns into a whole entire little thing. Gosh, sorry my little N-word. I was at the pizza store, and the pizza store ran out of pizzas. Bitch, you are on thin ice right now. Oh, I'm sorry my little cotton picker. I better be getting that 17-inch Drake snake tonight, you little cracker.
Hey, yo, what the fuck?
You's a freaky ass nigga!
But then after that, Dr. Manhattan and Gumball on steroids later break out at night and escape prison. But then we come back to Mark's house and we see that the devil pays Debbie a visit, and he's like, does she know anything about the Guardians of the Globe's death? Like maybe Canadian Superman with the mustache might have said something that might have slipped up. And she's like,
No, you're gonna have to ask him, blah, 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 blah. Get the fuck out of my face, you bald-headed, talky-looking demon.
And yeah, but over the next couple of days, Debbie starts to look into who the devil dude is and taking more of what he said more into consideration. And then at night, the devil shows up and he talks to Canadian Superman with a mustache. He basically pieced together how he killed the Guardians of the Globe. He is hiding a big secret that will later be revealed towards the end of the show. And Canadian Superman with a mustache is like,
go fuck yourself, Dark Blood.
But after that, Cecil tells Mark that he needs to go on another mission and he needs to follow these astronauts onto another planet because he's not sure that it's safe or whatever, like just to keep an eye out on them, blah, blah, blah. But soon enough, Mark and the astronauts run into these aliens where they tell them that there's these parasites that can latch onto you and take control of your body. And those aliens are like, they need to kill them because they don't want to risk those parasites latching onto the humans and then taking control of those aliens or whatever. And Mark is like,
I understand.
and they all zoom off, and then the aliens try to follow them, but like they soon get away. But what they don't realize is the person that's on the ship looks like the human, but really isn't. You'll later find out who that really is or what that person actually is. But afterwards, later at night, Cecil finds out that the devil was looking into the Guardians of the Globe's death after he told him not to. So now he's getting sent back to the underworld. And the scene kind of went a little something like this. You bitch. I told your ugly ass to mind your own goddamn business. Do it look like I care? How the fuck is your Caillou ass even going to get rid of me anyways? By playing the one most disgraceful song to the internet. KSI's Thick of It.
Wait, nah, you tripping, gang.
Sing the song, Donald.
This is how Ohio goes.
And to top it all off, a truth that no Drake fan can ever accept. Kendrick Lamar is better than him. No.
They know that I T-pose, I crash out and I moan. I don't know nothing, but I guess I just flow. 47 minutes.
Oh my God, shut the hell up and go back to where you belong. And finally, that was the end of the episode. Psych! I lied. There's actually one little part left, and it shows knockoff Cyborg from the Teen Titan TikTok shop, or we could call him Moby from Tim and Moby, pulling out a blood sample and showing what looks like, oh my God, wait, what the hell is that? That thing looks so deformed and ugly. Oh my God. It looks like a mixture of a squash and a potato mixed with bleach. But basically, he brings up a blood sample and shows whatever the hell that thing is. And he's like,
finally, phase 1 begins.
But yeah, that's the end of this video. Please like and subscribe. I can't lie, part 2 will not be coming out for a long time, probably a good month and a half. But yeah, I'll catch y'all boys later.